The Lagoon, How Aristotle Invented Science is a non-fiction book written by Armand Marie Leroi, a New Zealand-born author and biologist. In this book, Leroi challenges the prevailing view, which dates back to Galileo, that Aristotle's contributions to science should be overlooked. Instead, he argues that Aristotle should be considered a pioneer and a hero in the field of science. To support this argument, Leroi delves into a lesser-known period of Aristotle's life, following his academic tenure with Plato in Athens. This period, occurring around 348 BC, after Plato's death when Aristotle was in his mid-30s, is where the book primarily focuses. Despite studying at Plato's academy since the age of 17, Aristotle was passed over for the position of the head of the academy, likely due to a schism with his mentor. Leroi can only speculate about the reasons for Aristotle's abrupt departure from Athens that same year. Nevertheless, Aristotle embarked on an extensive journey through various regions in Greece, Turkey, and other distant parts of Asia Minor. His objective was to observe and document the natural world, which would later culminate in his book, The History of Animals. The book addresses some of the reasons why scientists have historically criticized Aristotle. One key point is Aristotle's teleological view of change in the natural world, which suggests that natural phenomena occur to bring an entity closer to some idealized state, as opposed to being driven by underlying physical processes. Later, during the Renaissance, scientists like Copernicus and Galileo developed better tools for measuring the natural world and found Aristotle's emphasis on sense perception to be flawed. Additionally, the resistance of the Church to new scientific methods during this era led to a backlash against Aristotelian thought. Despite these limitations, Leroi argues that given the tools available to Aristotle in his time, his tireless work in describing and cataloging various plants and animals significantly contributed to the development of what we now call science. Aristotle referred to this as natural philosophy. Much of his research was centered around the Kolpos Kalloni, a large lagoon on the island of Lesbos connected to the Aegean Sea. This area teemed with diverse life forms, making it, in Leroy's view, Aristotle's equivalent of Charles Darwin's Galapagos Islands. Aristotle not only observed but also engaged with the people he encountered during his journey, documenting reports from fishermen and hunters who shared their knowledge about creatures he had not yet encountered. Some of these reports may have contained myths, but Aristotle's appreciation for folklore and oral traditions is seen as an early form of anthropology. The book also explores how Aristotle's work as a naturalist influenced his philosophical views, particularly how his views differed from those of his mentor, Plato. The most significant philosophical difference was that Plato emphasized the importance of elegant mathematical constructs, which are unseen, to explain the world, while Aristotle emphasized what could be observed and sensed. However, it is acknowledged that Aristotle's belief in fixed species contradicts modern knowledge about evolution, and his focus on the movement of living things may have caused him to overlook fossils. Nonetheless, The Lagoon seeks to restore Aristotle's legacy in the history of science.